Welcome, everyone, to another Chamber Pod. Look back in time. 1994. So I can't even do that. It hurts my throat. It's terrible.
Survivor Series, 1994.
Yeah, thank you, because I was going to say SummerSlam.
Got you.
JML here. What's your name?
Charlie Marone. I thought you were going to introduce me. Sorry.
I just feel like, you should introduce yourself sometimes.
Okay.
Like a single parent washing and drying. So we've at a rapid pace, we have gone through 1994, guns a-blazing. We dropped King of the Ring and SummerSlam. What was that, 2 days ago now?
Yeah.
Well, basically a day ago. Loved bits and pieces of both of those. 1994, you can tell the long-term storytelling is in full effect.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll see that with this show. Like, things were planned out way in advance. This Survivor Series took place in San Antonio, Texas. The Freeman Coliseum. Attendance was basically 10,000 people. I don't have a buy rate for this pay-per-view in front of me. I could probably find it eventually. The main event
must have been impressive for a Wednesday.
Yeah. The main event match that was advertised, The Undertaker versus Yokozuna, a rematch from Royal Rumble 1994, which we also covered, and it's in the archives, so you can take a look at that. Opening match, the bad guys versus the Teamsters. The bad guys consisted of 1-2-3 Kid, British Bulldog, Fat 2, Razor Ramon, and Sione, a.k.a. the Barbarian. The Teamsters, Diesel, HBK, Jeff Jarrett, Neidhart, and Owen Hart. Charlie, before we started recording, you said you had a lot to say about this match. What say you?
They did a good job of preserving Shawn Michaels and not allowing him in the match, but he would still be the head coach, so to speak, of the Teamsters. And he was that sneaky... What am I looking for?
Chicken shit?
What? Sneaky chicken shit heel. He'd whisper into the ears of Diesel on what he should be doing. He'd just keep his team at bay.
Yep.
And it was basically an even match until Diesel got the tag for the Teamsters. In about 5 minutes, he eliminated 3 people with power bombs. And then he took it to Razor Ramon. And I didn't know it was 2 times prior. The super kick ended up hitting Diesel. I thought it was just once, but I guess it happened on a Raw or something in between.
Yeah, it happened twice.
Okay. So for the 3rd time, I guess he figured 3rd time's his charm. He's going to get it this time. He gets Diesel to hold Razor up for the super kick. And Shawn Michaels ends up super kicking Diesel in the face. Razor dodges out of the way. And Diesel, did he only go down on one knee, or did he get up quickly onto one knee?
He got up onto one knee.
He got up onto one knee quickly, and then you see him go into Hulk mode, shake his head, and go after Shawn Michaels. But Shawn's whole team followed him out of the ring, and everyone ended up getting counted out, leaving Razor as the sole survivor for the bad guys. Now, I thought this was pretty stupid that you could count out a multiple amount of guys at once. Did the count to 40? I don't know. But they said all remaining members of the Teamsters have been eliminated due to count out. Razor Ramon won for the bad guys. Not the best way to start off pay-per-view, and even more so, not the best way to make Razor over.
Well,
not that he needed much help going over at that time. He was one of the two faces.
I also, I think I mentioned on one of the pay-per-views, it was either King of the Ring or SummerSlam 94. Why did we humanize the head shrinkers? They start wearing the freaking boots.
Yeah, that was another thing that annoyed me.
These guys never wrestle in boots. Then you put them in boots, and now you're telling the story of like, oh, now he can't wrestle in boots.
Yeah.
And when they replaced Samu with Sione, they should have just called him the Barbarian. I don't understand.
Yeah,
he was already in WWF prior with the Warlord Powers of Pain as Barbarian. He should have just been the Barbarian. Who the hell is that? What is a Sione? You know what a Sione sounds like? A jabroni. That's what it sounds like. And if anyone knows what the meaning of Sione is, leave it in the comment box. We love comments.
We need more of them.
Yeah, we would like more of them. That's certainly something that we're trying to go for. The team of the Teamsters, it's one of the most well put together teams of all time, and so is the bad guys for the most part. I mean, it's arguable that all 5 on each team are Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Barbarian's the only one that's not in the Hall of Fame out of all 10 guys.
Wow.
And match went a little too long, went 22 minutes. This was not a good opening match for to get the crowd going. This was definitely a storytelling match that tells a story. We'll get into it, I guess, when we cover the Backlund Bret match.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you wanted to say, Charlie, about this match? Any of the storylines?
It just doesn't feel like the right way to get Razor over even more. I understand having his theme song start off the event gets the crowd going and all, but to have him be the sole survivor that way just didn't feel right in retrospect.
And Razor, super over.
Super over.
Super over. And the next match, here we go.
I'll let you take care of this one.
The Royal Family. Cheesy, queasy, sleazy, captained by Jerry Lawler, defeated Clowns R Us, Dink, Doink, Pink, and Wink. At this time, I was 8 years old, and I remember not being entertained. Me at 36 years old, certainly not entertained. Cheesy, queasy, and sleazy looked like meth heads. Why were these guys allowed in the ring? It was horrible. This is everything that wrestling shouldn't be. This went on for 16 minutes. If this went 5 minutes, I can understand. But 16 minutes and probably another 5 minutes of after the match shenanigans. This version of Doink is absolutely deplorable. I don't know at this point who was playing Doink, but they should have been fired. It was horrible. Jerry the King Lawler, I give him kudos because he was in some awful storylines in 1994. Terrible. The Piper one, this one. What say you? I'm getting sick to my stomach. I'm getting queasy talking about this.
Well, for me, one of the things was when they announced that Doink can only get in the ring with Jerry Lawler, throws away the match completely because once Jerry Lawler eliminates Doink, who's gonna win?
Correct.
Yeah, it was deplorable.
And I think, let me see here. Doink, or the character, it's so weird. I hit the hyperlink on Doink, and it brought me to Matt Osborne, but he wasn't playing Doink at that time.
Oh, okay.
Doink. The character basically disappeared after this Survivor Series match. And you know what? Good riddance. Good riddance. They killed a great character when they turned it face.
I was gonna say, you think they should have just kept Doink heel?
Yes. Yep. And less is more. That could have been like he pops up every so often. Could you imagine like the psychopath Doink versus the Undertaker? That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But they saw merchandise and they saw dollar signs, and I'm sure Doink moved some merch, but certainly not enough where it was sustainable. Man, I don't know how I watch this sometimes. It's just, it's a crazy, crazy industry, pro wrestling. The next match, a banger. A Matt classic. What am I talking about?
Bob Backlund versus Bret Hardiness submission only match.
Bob Backlund. No theme song.
Awesome.
Great. Accompanied by Owen Hart, Bret with the Bulldog. Walk me through some of your takeaways about this match.
Aside from the Bulldog spot knocking him out for the whole match, because that shouldn't have knocked him out for the whole match, I think this match had amazing storytelling.
Second consecutive pay-per-view that Bulldog got knocked out for a very long time.
Over stupid shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and the guy was 300 pounds of pure muscle.
Yeah.
Just the grappling, like it was just a freaking clinic. A reversal, another reversal. Bob Backlund was 45 years old.
45. They were stressing that throughout the whole match.
This 45. Was pretty much about almost 2 years into his second run with WWF after his 7-year layoff with the company. For him to gradually work himself into this spot. And when Backlund turned heel, I remember it vividly when he put Bret in the crossface and just didn't let go and he snapped. I was like, man, this is insane. This is crazy.
How long did he have? How long did he have Bret in the crossface on this?
It was like 10 to 15 minutes. It was a long time. I would have never predicted Bob Backlund at 45 during this era would have won the championship. Because he certainly didn't fit the mold of Vince's champions at the time.
Yeah.
The whole throw in the towel spot was fitting because Backlund had lost his title way back when against the Iron Sheik the same way. Now he wins the WWF Championship the same way. The throwing in of the towel.
Yep.
Now, we didn't want to spoil it, but 3 days later, what happens, Charlie?
That was only 3 days after this match?
Yes.
Okay, 3 days later, they go to Madison Square Garden. Big Daddy Cool challenges Bob Backlund for the WWF Championship, and one power bomb.
8 seconds later.
8 seconds later, new WWF champion Diesel.
So, Bob Backlund was the ultimate
on the radio. I remember hearing that on the radio.
Because Yep. Bob Backlund was the ultimate transitional champion.
That still goes to Kane.
I think Backlund's up there. Because he ended up putting the belt on someone that became like a first-time champion, and then that guy held the belt for almost a year. So
correct. It was a more meaningful transitional championship.
Yeah. The only reason Kane won the belt is because Austin had that staph infection. They didn't think there was a lot going on at the time. So there was multiple reasons why they took it off of Austin. Plus, they wanted to pop a rating for Raw the next night. But if I was to give the Meltzer star rating system, this would be at least a 4.5-star match. Storytelling, how they put together this match, everything about it.
Owen practically crying on the outside to Helen and Stu, moving the guardrail, letting them out to throw in the towel.
Yeah. Great match. Unfortunately, this wasn't the main event match. We had 2 more matches after this. $1 Million Team, Bam Bam Bigelow, Jimmy Del Rey, King Kong Bundy, Tatanka, and Tom Pritchard. Defeats Guts and Glory, Adam Bomb, Bart Gunn, Billy Gunn, Lex Luger, and Mabel. What did you think? I have my thoughts.
I didn't like this match. I didn't like it at all.
Why was this match in this spot?
It's the throwaway spot between 2 main events.
You know what the throwaway spot was?
What?
The Little People match. Why was it that there?
Yes.
Unbelievable. Who's booking this shit? I was legitimately scared of Jimmy Del Rey as a kid. He definitely couldn't get close to a Chuck E. Cheese.
Horrible.
In poor Tatanka, you could tell he was depressed.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
The shape was starting to go.
Yep.
Attitude.
You noticed that right away? Like if you look at how physically fit he was at SummerSlam to how he got the spare tire Michelin Man syndrome at this pay-per-view. So he was probably very much like us in agreement. Like, why did you turn me heel? It killed his career.
Yeah.
He cut a great promo. It's the best promo he ever did backstage. Then you turn him heel and give him a mouthpiece. You might as where was the shovel And where was the grave? He might as well have just put himself in.
Jumped right in.
You know how I feel about Bam Bam Bigelow?
Mm-hmm.
In this $1 million dollar team,
Well, is how I feel about King Kong Bundy.
$1 million team, this whole corporation that they had, I never liked it. I never liked the gimmick. Terrible. Adam Bomb as a face was horrible. This was like, hey, the misbooked character match was this match.
Yeah. Adam Bomb got a hot tag at one point and didn't even know what to do with it.
I want to know what dirt Jim Cornette had on Vince McMahon to get the Heavenly Bodies heavily featured in 93 and 94. Those guys do not look like people that Vince would ever want to put on TV.
No, not at all.
Especially Jimmy Del Rey. This is a television product. The three little people with Jared the King Lawler, they looked like little meth heads. It was horrible. They should have been in makeup like the other short people clowns. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Then we have the main event of the evening, rematch of the Royal Rumble 1994, which we covered. It's in the archives. Undertaker, Yokozuna, Chuck Norris, biggest pop of the night by far.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris, special outside enforcer. Why was he the special outside enforcer, Charlie?
Because back at Royal Rumble 1994, 9 of the heels locker room came out and helped Yokozuna put Taker in the casket and wheel him out.
And this is how you use a celebrity. Obviously, Walker, Texas Ranger. This pay-per-view took place in Texas, but he was also known across the U.S. This wasn't Art Donovan commentating King of the Ring 1994. No one knew who the hell Art Donovan was. King of the Ring 94, also in the archives. Much better match than the Royal Rumble 1994. But this was probably Yoko's, in my opinion, his swan song as a solo competitor.
Yeah.
What did you think about this match?
Storytelling did what it had to. The match went, what? How long did the match go?
It went about 15, a little over 15 minutes.
That's all you need for Yokozuna. He finished it off with a big boot. Right? Taker finished it off.
DDT in a big boot, then he rolled him into the casket.
You had the $1 Million Corporation try to come down at one point.
Jeff Jarrett got a super kick.
Chuck Norris holds off King Kong Bundy and Bam Bam Bigelow from coming in the ring. Then, while he's doing that, IRS snuck in through the back of the ring and attacked Taker, put him in a sleeper hold, and put him in the casket. Then, while that was going on, you had Jeff Jarrett come down, and Chuck Norris mule kicks Jeff Jarrett to the point that he stands up and goes crying, running to the back. Great use of Chuck Norris there.
Yep.
And yeah, then you had about 5 more minutes between Taker and Yokozuna, and he hit him with a DDT and a big boot and put him in the casket.
So this pay-per-view as a whole did a lot for long-term booking. Michaels and Diesel obviously carry over a feud to WrestleMania 11, right? I'm not going to spoil Royal Rumble 95.
Did spoil Royal Rumble 95.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I didn't. How did I spoil it? I didn't spoil it.
Okay.
I didn't spoil it. Obviously, you have Undertaker with the feuding with the $1 Million Corporation. Right? Sets the stage for his WrestleMania 11 match. And Bret Hart and Backlund, obviously, they end up having a WrestleMania match. So from Survivor Series to WrestleMania, about 6 or 7 months, and the seeds are planted at Survivor Series. So overall,
so did what it had to do.
Yeah. Was this the greatest Survivor Series of all time? No. But it told some great stories, and some memorable storylines came out of this. So this is going to be in my mid-tier ranking of Survivor Series.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was terrible. There was just some odd match placement and booking, but it did what it had to do for the long-term booking of storylines and characters. So I appreciate it more now than I probably did back then. What do you say?
That the show did what it had to. It long-term booked a lot of WrestleMania 11's matches.
Yep.
It got across the celebrity appearance of Chuck Norris. Yeah. Mid-tier Survivor Series.
So the next pay-per-view, we'll be doing a look back in time, is going to be Royal Rumble 1995.
Well, actually, we'll drop a special edition of the 1994 pay-per-views altogether.
Yes, that will come out as well. But the next brand spanking new episode will be Royal Rumble 1995.
Yep.
Headlined with a Bret Hart Diesel match. Underrated match. I like it. Comments down below. Your comments. You can comment a pay-per-view that you want to see us do, and it will cut the line. So you control the show.
Comment, like, share. Yeah.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Take their phone. Hit the subscribe button. It's free. This is free content. It's not costing you anything. We love doing it. We appreciate it. The support that we've gotten so far. I mean, it's a lot more than what I thought we would get within, 3 weeks. But, we're also pumping out a ton of content. So, give us feedback. Let us know what you think overall. Year 1994, like Charlie said, we're going to make one bigger episode. We're going to cut some things. I'm going to cut an intro for it. And that will be fun. So you can watch all 4 or 5 episodes consecutively, one video. Anything else before we sign off?
Big thank you to our 320 subscribers. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Seth Rollins will be given away at 1,000. The Seth Rollins autograph card. It's a great giveaway. Also, if we get on this video 25 comments, I will give away a Braun Breaker rookie card from Prism.
Ooh.
But the comments have to include a pay-per-view that you want us to go over. So that's my challenge to the audience. 25, I said, Charlie?
Yep. Take us
25.
off course. Take us off course. Make us watch whatever pay-per-views you guys want to watch.
Yeah. Again, 25 comments, Braun Breaker rookie card. Signing off. As per usual, good night and good luck. See you on the flip side.